Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. Welcome to your own channel AC Astro. Do at your pace. Astrology for beginners. So this is a course enrolled by AC Astro team. 16 astrology classes, 40 plus hours of lecture. You can do at your own pace because this is a recorded course. And 1 hour free appointment is also there. Link in the bio. You can anytime contact on this number, and Samantha will provide you every details about this course. And now let's talk about why this happiness we are showing in this picture. Now, how much happiness this is. 18th May, every now single planet, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, Jupiter, settled according to their own transits. But in combined, how they will impact your chart. This is every person is thinking, after 30th March, I'm getting this, that. Now let's welcome Akashji to know the combined effect of all these four planets in the change situation.
Namaste, Rohitji. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good Jai Shri Ram. Now, so when we talk about Rohitji, four planets, finally, all the big transits of 2025 has been completed. Especially, this video is for people who are going through Jupiter Mahadasha, Rahu Mahadasha, Ketu Mahadasha, or Saturn Mahadasha. You will see that there is a lot of impact that has been now made by all these planets transit. While Rahu and Ketu are still on the cusp of transit, because true transit and mean transit, there are the two things. But here, when we talk about other different planets and Jupiter being Atichari, yes, it has become Atichari. So we will now see according to everyone's, zodiac. That means from Aries rising till Pisces rising, that how things are going to be. Okay, Rohit? Here, when we start with Aries, now if you look, Saturn has reached to the 12th house, which is the 10th house lord in the 12th house. Jupiter has entered into the third house, ninth house lord and 12th house lord in the third house. There is a, if you see all the arrows, these are the aspects of the planets here. And when you look at Rahu and Ketu, have finally moved into Aquarius and Leo respectively. Let's start with Saturn, Rohitji. Now look at Saturn. If you look at Saturn, what is so special about Saturn is the combined aspect of Saturn as well as Jupiter. Saturn sitting in the house of Jupiter, aspecting the house of Jupiter, that is the ninth house. Because the Lord of the 12th house is in the third house and aspecting ninth house, many people related to Saturn Mahadasha or Jupiter Mahadasha may start may start getting opportunities to go abroad. That is the first important thing. Rohiji, what do you think? That here looks Saturn, because it is putting the 10th aspect, yani karam, the aspect of karma on the ninth house of higher education and foreign country, with Jupiter collectively putting the seventh aspect here. What do you think, Rohiji? Do you think foreign travel is one big area we see?
Foreign travel and higher education and higher learning. Yes, both these we can see in this chart. And wherever the 10th aspect of Saturn goes, it puts the higher responsibility there, and you cannot be in the chance to do any mistake regarding that thing. Yes, Jupiter is also aspecting and try to dissolve this thing. But two important planets, ninth house, higher learning, and long distance journey. Yes, it's on the card.
And Rohitji, on top of that, because Saturn being Saturn, whenever it will look at places where it's either neutral. So, for example, sitting in the sign of Pisces is very neutral for
Hmm.
Saturn, and also aspecting on the signs of Venus, Mercury, and again, Jupiter is very neutral. So, in this case, Saturn actually has turned benefic for all the Aries ascendant people. Sitting in a Dushtana in the 12th house is another positive news here. So Saturn actually has become very, very positive. Moving on, if you see Rohitji, Jupiter, on the other hand, those who are going through, Jupiter Mahadasha or Antardasha, they will see that increase in communication, increase in short distance travel. And the best thing that is supposed to happen is partnerships, because the fifth aspect of Jupiter has gone to the seventh house, and is the most biggest thing here. But when we look at the higher side, Jupiter is now aspecting Rahu. Earlier last time when Jupiter was in Taurus, it was aspecting Ketu. Now Ketu is completely out of the aspect of Jupiter, and now it is only being Jupiter only aspects Rahu. This is one very positive news because Ketu at least is a pious planet. It is not that difficult. Only difficulty of Ketu is related to material gains and detachment, but otherwise on a spiritual level Ketu is very very awesome here because Jupiter has put the ninth aspect on Rahu. This is one great news for all the Aries ascendant people, especially those who are very ambitious and are expecting some great positive news related to their gains or goals getting completed. In those who are in social media, look at the triangle Rohit, of social media. People are going to be doing crazy work here because of Rahu, because of Jupiter's placement. Social media wise, you're going to do amazing. Only one person who is completely without any aspect on its own is Ketu right now. So those who are going through Ketu Mahadasha have to be little bit of extra careful now because Ketu is not under influence of any benefic at the moment. And this means that wherever it is sitting now, it will create more and more detached feeling related to that house. That is where you have to be mostly careful. Saturn, on the other hand, because it is also looking at another Dushtana, that is sixth house, there is possibility that your enemies may also come to justice now. If you're feeling a lot of trouble with enemies, you will see justice here. So overall, if you see the out of all, there are two aspects or two houses which are going to be absolutely activated for you. One is the ninth house of higher learning and education, devotion, dharma, and one is the 11th house here, which is the house of gains, aspected by Jupiter with Rahu. So these are the two houses which are absolutely very extremely important during the next, till we can say Rohiji October, what date, 15th or 16th, right? Till the time, yeah, I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you, Rohitji. Yes.
that is
What?
18th October. 18th
18th,
October.
not 15th, 18th October. After that, Jupiter is going to transit into the sign of Cancer, right?
Cancer ascendant. Cancer
Yeah.
ascendant, yes.
Yeah. So that's the thing. But till from now, till 18th of October is how this life is, and mostly two houses are more very important. Please find opportunities related to gains, wishes, hopes, anything that your income can go really really up. And also those who are expecting of foreign travel, absolutely this is the right time for you. All the best, guys. There's a WhatsApp link in the description also for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. Now, Taurus ascendant people, when we look here, Saturn is now in Pisces. If you see this whole scenario here, there are the main motive of making this video is about two houses which are getting impact at the most. Number one is the collective aspect of Saturn and Jupiter. So if you're going through Saturn Mahadasha, Jupiter Mahadasha, Rahu Mahadasha, Ketu Mahadasha, then you must have seen that all the four planets that are supposed to be, very slow moving have all, done a transit. Now, if you look at Saturn, Saturn has also taken good degrees here, and the 10th aspect of Saturn is on the 8th house of longevity here. Same way, if you look at Jupiter from second house, it is looking at the 8th house of longevity. Now, this is called collective aspect of Saturn and Jupiter. So Saturn and Jupiter both create a lot of impact on this house, on your 8th house. And 8th house is the house that is also related to Roji. In many cases, it is related to longevity. Sometimes, because of Jupiter putting an aspect on sixth and eighth house, there is also possibility of getting some disease or getting some kind of a illness on surface that it will come to your. Just want to, like, don't take it on face value, but I have a client who's Taurus ascendant and she got breast cancer, just came on the surface. It was very initial, like maybe second level or like level 2, and it got treated completely. I'm just saying, Rohiji, that in this case the major impact on your life is on longevity. Saturn putting the 10th aspect on the 8th house, that means the karma related to longevity, and Jupiter looking at the 8th house, karma related to longevity. This is the major area where you will see your progress in life. On other hands, this is also the house related to your inheritance or shared resources. You may see that anywhere, from any place, if there is any shared resources, inheritance, any investments in the past that you have done, slow but steady, you will get it, you will get returns for it. So that's a very, very positive aspect of one benefic, one malefic. This house requires a malefic aspect. The moment this starts getting any malefic aspect or malefic planet sit here in the 8th house, it creates a very positive impact here. And finally, the 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 difficult things of this houses, like your losses, your enemies, your sorrow, your bad habits, they all start getting challenged by a malefic. And that is where you start transforming, really you start changing your pattern of life. On the other hand, if you see, Jupiter is also aspecting the 10th house where Rahu is placed. Now, earlier Jupiter was aspecting the place related to Ketu. So Ketu was in control, but now Rahu, especially in the 10th house, can become very over ambitious. And in many cases, this over ambitious Rahu can create some turmoil by also unethically acting in the career area. But because it is receiving the ninth aspect of Jupiter, the wisdom, the learnedness that you will show in your workplace to achieve all the fame, action, dignity, power, rank, everything will go, but with honor. It's not going to be because of you are cheating with other people or stuff like that. It is ambitious, is okay, but because it is receiving the aspect of Jupiter, it's going to be more impactful, more powerful. On top of that, only thing that we have to be careful about is your home, your house, because Ketu is completely all by itself, not receiving any aspect of any like Jupiter, any planet like Jupiter at the moment. And this creates a very big, we can say, challenge, problem, however you want to take it, but this creates problem mostly in the home area, the house area. It will make you isolated that place, unless and until you are completely devoted towards spirituality, mostly very, very solitude kind of behavior, and your home, if it's like a temple, then it's going to be very positive. Otherwise, if you're going through Ketu Mahadasha and Antardasha, you have to really watch out during this time, because it can create lot of you know uh, hollowness inside you. Lot of things we'll discuss going on when things start moving, but till 18th of October, this is how you will see that the kind of results that you're getting. Mostly the major impact will be for you guys on the 8th house of transformation and of hidden sources, hidden resources, sometimes inheritances, and also on the 10th house of your career. These are the two areas which are absolutely into pressure right now. Okay, all the best, guys. There's a WhatsApp link in description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. Now, Rohiji, for Gemini ascendant, if you see, all the planets have the big planets have transited. Saturn has come to the 10th house of career. And if you look at Saturn and Jupiter, they are creating some great yoga here, Rohiji. Jupiter aspecting the seventh house with the seventh aspect, and Saturn aspecting the seventh house with the 10th aspect. Now, this time, Gemini ascendant people, especially in the area related to relationships and in the area related to, your status in society, or maybe we can say designation in society at the moment, is where you have your planets are putting the most impact on the seventh house. Now, seventh house is also house that is related to, and on the top of it, Jupiter is Kendra Lord also here. Kendra Lord in the Kendra. If you're going through Jupiter Mahadasha Antardasha, it's going to be like a superb time for you, like amazing time for you. If again Saturn Mahadasha Antardasha, then there is possibility of getting status in a foreign country, lot of short distance travel that you will start doing, and there is possibility of those who are waiting for marriage or any kind of procedure which was related to relationship partnerships, business partnerships. Things are going to now manifest for you in a very positive manner. Rohiji, when we look at Jupiter And Jupiter being one of the most benefic planet, and when it looks at the fifth, seventh, and ninth houses, and when they have collective aspect with Saturn, the qualities of Saturn, the qualities of Jupiter, that means wisdom with patience is seen for all the seventh house activities for Gemini ascendant people. It is also a lot of things where it is repair of problems related to life partners. In many cases, many people file divorces or separation. This is also a time of reconciliation. On the other hand, we have to not forget that Rahu has transited to the sign of Aquarius, getting aspect of Jupiter, a very straight, direct aspect of Jupiter. Now, this is the ninth aspect of Jupiter, not any other aspect. Ninth aspect is related to wisdom and higher education. It has come to the ninth house of wisdom and higher education, and here Rahu could create. Rahu, wherever it sits, Rohitji, the main purpose of Rahu is to eclipse that house. Wherever Rahu will sit, the main purpose of Rahu in any house is to eclipse that place, because that is the inherent nature of Rahu. Wherever it will go, it will eclipse things. Here, it was supposed to be eclipsing on your higher education, on your brain, on your ideologies of life, on your philosophy of life. But Jupiter, in such a positive way, it has put an aspect there that now, with Jupiter, with Rahu getting aspect of Jupiter, it is going to enhance your knowledge. It's not going to eclipse it. In fact, the eclipsed knowledge that you already have, that some stupid knowledge or stupid things which fanatically you are following, it is now the time that those things you do not follow and you get clarity over things. Somehow, all the placements of planets, Jupiter aspecting the ninth house, very great for higher learning, even going to foreign countries, settling in foreign countries, learning new languages are possible. On top of that, only thing that we have to be careful about among all this thing going on is Ketu. Ketu has come to the third house. Now, Ketu is a planet, wherever it will sit, it will, now, as Rahu eclipses, Ketu also eclipses, but Ketu eclipses mostly on the desires. Rahu eclipses on other things which gives birth to desires. Ketu actually sits and your desire goes completely saying that no, I don't want it. And here it is sitting in the house of courage, house of taking an action. This is the place where it says that there is possibility that you may not take action, you may not move forward. There may be possibility that within siblings, within your friends, there will be isolated behavior that you see. You may feel little bit of away or separate from your siblings or your purpose in life. So in many things you will see that courage wise or taking action is going to be a challenge till 18th of actually it is going to be challenged till Ketu is here, but till 18th of October you will see that the more emphasis are on the seventh house of new partnerships, relationships, anything that has to do with victory from court cases. You are supposed to receive everything in positive sense, and the major area related to your higher education is what is seen during this time. Hopefully things may turn out to be very well. You have to see your Mahadasha, Antardasha, and that will give you more collective idea about how things are going to manifest for you. All the best, guys. There's a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, to subscribe. Do at your own pace. Astrology for beginners. We have already started giving this course to so many people. 16 of astrology classes, 40 plus hours of lectures, and 1 hour of free appointment. After that, only for people who do the course, not like for people say, oh, can I just have 1 hour appointment? I don't want the course. This is not how it works. So all the best. Now for Cancer ascendant, Rohiji, when we look at life after 18th of May here till 18th of October, you will see that all the places, your dushtanas, like for example the 8th house has Rahu, now 12th house has Jupiter. Now this is one area of Jupiter where Jupiter in this chart, Rohiji, makes a Viprit Rajyog. Viprit Rajyog means trouble and later victory in any cases. Now here the Lord of the 6th house is in the 12th house, aspecting the 6th house, but with collective aspect of Saturn. One very great news about this collective aspect of Saturn as well as Jupiter for Cancer ascendant people is victory over enemies, passing or clearing any type of competition. Those who are expecting work or work changes, or starting their work and starting their businesses, absolutely one of the most wonderful time here. In this, the sudden ups and downs house, that is the eighth house, was supposed to be a little bit of challenged if Rahu was alone here, because Rahu becomes extremely transformative. And the main purpose of Rahu in this lifetime, or wherever Rahu has to sit, is to put an eclipse in that house, is to create some kind of challenges in that house related to the house. In the eighth house, it can create, you know, addictions. It can create some kind of, bad habits, sorrow, sometimes saying lies or lying, or, getting into some kind of ill occult practices, like somewhere where you want to harm other people. That kind of also practices happen. But what has happened, if you see the positivity here, aspect of Jupiter from the 12th house, the ninth aspect of Jupiter is here. That means now all the things will be for great transformative way. There may be possibility that you are actually changing your habits into good habits. There is possibility that diseases or a lot of issues related to longevity, or somewhere your health was not giving you complete you know complete support. You will get support of your health because of the aspect on the fifth, on the sixth house, and on the eighth house of Jupiter. There is going to be a lot of repair in your health, in your diseases, and also in your enemies, in your bad habits, in your, basically now you will be able to transform to a better human being, with little bit of wit as well, with little bit of cunning nature as well. Those who are going through court cases, one of such a great news for you, because Jupiter is collectively aspecting with Saturn. This is the aspect, collective aspect of justice, the wisdom and the justice aspect. All the karmas related to your workplace are and will be on the top priority during this time. Only one thing that we have to be careful about is, because Jupiter, wherever it will look, it will give expansion related to that houses. Now Jupiter is looking at the sixth house, so expansion in loan, expansion in debt can happen. And because of the collective aspect of Saturn, this can be also related to, debt related to either sometimes legal troubles, or in your legal cases, when you're winning now, you have to pay off a lot of things, or you have to receive a lot of things. These are the things. Or otherwise, because it is, Jupiter is also putting an aspect on the fourth house, debt related to buying of a property can be happening. There can be you getting into new property, which can be one thing which you will see. Amidst of all this thing that is happening, there is only one planet which is completely, one malefic which is completely under no benefic influence, and that is Ketu here. If you look at Ketu here in the second house, like how the role of Rahu is to put eclipse here on your, you know on your spiritual aspect, here Ketu actually puts an eclipse on the desires. It says that I don't desire anything. So here many people may not desire, you know earning. You may say that, okay, whatever is coming, it's good, I don't want to get into more of it. So we can say that, earning wise, investment wise, speaking wise, trying to be a lot outspoken is not what Cancer ascendant are going to be doing during this time. If you are going through a Ketu Mahadasha Antardasha, then this is going to be a more aggressive time for you. You have to be extremely careful about your second house. You have to always say the truth, and also do not wish bad for other people, because in such cases, when Ketu is in the second house, sometimes whatever you say, and if there is bad or negative, it becomes true. So you have to be keep a capping on your mouth, that what you need to say. With Rahu in the eighth house, there is possibility of getting some kind of sudden gains also through inheritance, or something that has to do with, investments that you have done in the past. So overall, on a money perspective, Rahu is taking care of it. But Ketu, on the other hand, may make you very lazy. That's saying that I don't want to feel like there is an opportunity in front of you. It'll say I'm not feeling like taking it. That is how the whole pattern looks like here. All the best, guys. This till 18th of October. You will see this till the time Jupiter will make a transit. Then later we'll make another video. WhatsApp link is in the description for personal appointments and those who are watching the video for the first time to subscribe. When we talk about Leo here, all the big transits are now done. Rahu and Ketu are in the Kendras in the first and the seventh house. Jupiter, the ninth, the lord of the eighth house in the 11th house, the lord of the fifth house in the 11th house. Such a beautiful placement of Jupiter, and Saturn, the lord of sixth house, makes a Vipreet Raj Yoga here in the eighth house. Now, if you see, and if you must have noticed this, I am being a Leo ascendant, that's why I'm saying lot of major transformation or change of habit must have now started. Mostly in related to all the bad habits are now turning into good habits. There is actual transformation that you may be seeing. In many cases, because Saturn is in the eighth house, aspecting the 10th house, your career, some way, somewhere, might have also changed or changed the course or changed the pattern. Laziness is one area which happens when Jupiter, when Saturn is in the eighth house, aspecting the 10th house. Sometimes laziness in communication, laziness happens, but this laziness will go gradually. As soon as Saturn will start taking degrees, it will put lot of pressure on the 10th house. You will start working very, very extremely hard. So that is one good news here. Now, today, the reason of making this video is of the collective aspects. If you look at Jupiter and if you look at Saturn, there is a collective aspect on the fifth house of children, of love, of education, of skill, of luck, of devotion, of even health areas such as stomach. Now, when we look at Jupiter and Saturn together, I always say that if fifth house, eighth house have any kind of combination, that there is going to be some kind of great news about your speculative gains. And here that is what is happening. Sat, you know what? With Jupiter and Saturn collectively looking here, there is going to be some great karmic influence of the fifth house that is going to manifest during the next 6 months for you. And this 6 months I'm saying because from 18th of October, Jupiter will actually move to the sign of Cancer. So the aspects will change. But this time, the 10th aspect of Saturn in the fifth house, that means some karma related to education or higher education or children needs to be completed. And on top of Jupiter aspecting collectively same place, means that there is going to be expansion in these areas. Leo ascendant people have an opportunity if they are going through Jupiter Mahadasha, Saturn Mahadasha, or Antardasha of Jupiter or Saturn. There is a possibility of doing startup, and startup can be also done in partnership. Now that you will say that Rahu is in the seventh house, how is that possible? That is possible because this Rahu is receiving the ninth aspect of Jupiter. This becomes a very wisdom oriented Rahu. Here it is exactly that Rahu that is, sitting on the victory path. If there is any legal troubles, if you're supposed to receive any designation, if you're supposed to receive any business partnership opportunity, this Rahu is absolutely ready with due diligence that, okay, come on, let's do a signature. That kind of situation is happening. So all the Leo ascendant people, if there is any partnership opportunity that comes to you, do not take it in lighter manner. It is supposed to manifest some great things for you, because Jupiter is also aspecting the own sign, that is the fifth house. Those people who are in share market, stock market, over the next 6 to 8 months, you will see a collective amazing growth. But please make sure that the investment that you do are for little long term, because of Saturn aspecting the fifth house as well. So make sure that there is going to be windfall of gains, but if you keep investing into for a very long period of time, then you will see positivity here. In many cases, Rohitji, you will see that because Jupiter is in the 11th, the 8th house lord in the 11th house, lot of hidden gains also happen. Suddenly you don't realize that, okay, you have gained this, or you're starting to receive this. So it's a beautiful time for all the people. Amongst of all this, there is only one planet which has to be taken into consideration, and that is Ketu. Now look at Ketu. Out of all the, everyone is receiving some aspect or the other, but Ketu is not receiving any aspect, and in the ascendant, this is the time that your complete, what you say, attitude or nature will take a different turn and toll here together. Rohiji, you have one insight about Ketu in the first house, right? Rohiji, you said that if Ketu comes in the first house, it gives you complete change of location also. Can you put a light on it?
Yes, Ketu, when comes in the first house, because in my natal chart, I have a Ketu in the first house, and first house is you yourself. So, and Ketu will give you a relocation, mind wise, body wise, physically, you can relocate and you go to some different place with where you get more, intelligent people, more spiritual people. That can be the place, and more meaningful people, because this is Ketu. So yes, Ketu can do this with Leo people, and Rahu also here will give a very good business sense and business in foreign countries abroad. You can do very well. And the seventh house is fourth from fourth. This is our abroad house. So again, when Rahu come to fourth house in general chart, we say you have a relocation. You can leave your birth chart. But when Rahu comes to the seventh house, what is this? This is for the people who are already living abroad. This is relocation for them, because this is fourth from fourth.
Yeah, I feel there will be possibility of relocation for many people because it is also receiving the ninth aspect of Jupiter. So the
Yes.
decision they take for relocation will also be very, very positive here. So till 18th of October, you will see that some kind of changes are coming, and also investment into property, second property, if you are in a foreign country, is possible. So take, things very wisely, very positively, because the alignment is very, very awesome for all the Leo ascendant people. Okay, all the best, guys. Have a great time. There's a WhatsApping in description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. Now, for Virgo ascendant, Rohiji, the reason of making this video for Virgo ascendant or everyone is related to the big major transits that have already happened. Now, if you see from 18th of May till 18th of October, these are the planetary placements exactly that you will see. Jupiter is now in Atichari movement, that means very fast. All the aspects of Jupiter, all the placement of Jupiter will see very immediate results. And because Jupiter, the main reason of making this video is Jupiter and Saturn. Look at Saturn and Jupiter. Jupiter and Saturn are both in the Kendras and aspecting a Kendra house, with Saturn being the 10th house, as Saturn putting the 10th house aspect, and Jupiter putting the ninth aspect on the fourth house. The major transformation that is going to happen in your life is related to real estate, is related to your home, is related to your home environment, addition of vehicles. Also, because it is receiving the 10th aspect of Saturn, in some cases there is problem related to heart, or chest, lungs, and blood related problems also, because see, Saturn is a malefic. Jupiter will try to do as much as possible to save this house, but Saturn, if you're going to Saturn Mahadasha, then Saturn wins. If you're going to Jupiter Mahadasha, then Jupiter wins. So this is how you will see and navigate this time. But major area of transformation or major area of focus right now will be your house, your home. There is a possibility, because Saturn is putting an aspect with Jupiter from the 10th house, there may be long distance travel also related to house or home. Because Ketu is in the 12th house alone, not getting aspect of any kind of benefit, you may also be put into isolation. In many cases, foreign country, or going to foreign country, going to long distance travel, settling there, settling abroad, is the kind of scenario that happens. Sometimes, if you see now, fourth house is also the house of your mother. Here you will see that lot of wisdom or lot of discipline you are getting from your mother, or finally the re-entry of mother in your life, or motherly figures in your life, which will make you and bring you back to lot of, what you say, lot of discipline is also what is seen. But making of a house, making of a car is the one of the major things that will happen because of other aspects of Jupiter also. Jupiter, look at the second house, means bank balance will increase, and it is absolutely true. I can say with Leo ascendant people who were having this kind of placement, their bank balance went up. There is possibility that debt also goes up, but good debts, you have to buy a house, you need a debt, but that kind of good debts also go. So it's a very positive placement. Now, what happens here? Another second thing, Rohiji, which we cannot ignore is Rahu. Rahu receiving the ninth aspect of Jupiter. First of all, this is a Dushtana. That means a place which is difficult. Rahu plays very, very awesome here. Very awesome. Where it comes to diseases, where it comes to workplace, where it comes to enemies, where it comes to competitions, Rahu wins. That is how the position of Rahu is. But Rahu receiving the aspect of Jupiter means wins with full confidence. That is how it is. You want to change a job, you want to change location, you want to change your workplace, you want to change, or you want to forgive your enemies, or you want to punish your enemies. It's an absolute beautiful time for all the Virgo ascendant people, and you will see major success in areas related to your workplace. Only thing that needs consideration here is Ketu in the 12th house. Ketu can make you feel absolutely isolated, and many Virgo ascendant people will comment below saying that already in isolation, already going through trouble time, already going through sleepless nights, already going through dream patterns, already getting a lot of intuition in dreams. There is possibility of spiritual awakening, want to get detached from money and wealth, but you cannot because Jupiter is looking at the second house. So wealth is going to get generated for you. Bank balance is going to happen. Your career is going to transform, and some major career and destiny wise, you will see major shifts happening in your life, and everything for positive reasons. Except Ketu can create isolation, very, very great isolation. Sometimes gives you phobia and fear also, that okay, I'm alone, what will happen, these kind of scenarios. So consider it in a very, very beautiful, very, very nice manner, and take take advantage of all the opportunities that come to you, and all the weaknesses. We will have weaknesses, right? Everything has an opposite, so we have weaknesses, and for that weaknesses we have to be spiritually very, very attuned. That is how it will help us and solve the problem for us. All the best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, to subscribe. Do at your own pace. Astrology for beginners. We have these 16 pre-recorded astrology classes with 40 plus hours of lectures and 1 hour of free appointment after you do this. All the best. Libra. Now, when we look at Libra here, now look what collectively is happening. All the four major planets who were supposed to transit have transited. Saturn has entered into the sign of Pisces here, started to take degrees also, because Saturn is in the sixth house and aspecting the eighth house with the third aspect. Here you will see your health becomes very awesome, and your longevity, the main things that is related to your longevity, will start in, like, there will be possibility of getting into more healthier habits for your longevity to increase. That's how beautiful this time is. Saturn sometimes in the sixth house in the workplace can create slow progress in workplace also. Sometimes if you're in any competitions or anything like that, it can create slow movement in these areas, that you are not absolutely motivated for it. Sometimes you feel that okay, there are 10,000 things I have to take care otherwise, so you try to neglect things. But because it is Dushtana, Saturn will win. That is for sure. So if you're in any, it may delay, but it may win. It may win, that is for sure. One thing, that your travel pattern is going to increase a lot. Very, very short distance travel many times will be happening because of the aspect of collectively aspect of Saturn as well as Jupiter on the third house. And because Saturn is putting an aspect on the 12th house also, you will see that there is possibility of lot of short distance travel here. Now, because if you, let's look at collectively the third house. This is where the aspect of Saturn as well as Jupiter is coming. Now, when we look at the third house, is the house of courage, house of learning, house of, sometimes we can say, your hobbies and your ideas also. Saturn looking here, Jupiter looking here, that means mostly many friends or many siblings will collaborate during this time. That okay, I want to collaborate, we want to collaborate. The major focus of Libra ascendant people during this time should be on communication, either written, either literature, either verbal. Anything that has to do with communication is the key area. Very important for those who want to start their social media or come on, come online and promote themselves. This is an absolute beautiful time, because Saturn is the planet of karma, putting the 10th aspect here. That means your karma related to communication can manifest great things. In fact, Jupiter aspecting this place with the 7th aspect, that means your relationship with the social world will become very strong, and there will be a lot of expansion in these areas. So make sure, if you're motivated to do anything related to communication, this is an absolute great time. The more short distance travel you do, the more prosperous, the more amazing you will be. When we look at Jupiter here, Jupiter is also looking here at the ninth aspect of Jupiter on the fifth house. I heard one astrologer saying that, oh, now what has come. Rahu has come to the fifth house. You will not get children, this, that, whatnot. There will be delays and all. It's all stupid things. If you look at Jupiter here, it is putting aspect, the ninth aspect of destiny, on the house of luck also. The luck of the luck is the fifth house, Rohitji. Now, ninth from the ninth is the fifth house. Here, there is possibility that very unorthodox manner you can get children also. IVF will work. There will be possibility of skill development. There'll be possibility of education in foreign countries. There is possibility of your devotion, your spiritual aspect to increase. Such a beautiful time for all the Libra ascendant people, especially related to speculative gains. This is the time that Rahu in the fifth house can make you very ambitious related to speculative gains. But because Jupiter is putting an aspect, the speculative gains will come through wisdom. This is what you can expect here. So, such a great time for making money, earning money. Beautiful time. Another thing, if you see, only planet which is not receiving any aspect or very alone is Ketu. Ketu in the 11th house is absolutely saying that I don't care what is happening. I am just chilling here. And in 11th house, it can make social isolation. It can create lot of social isolation. You may not feel like going out. You may feel like being in like that cave of yours, and just working towards. Sometimes in this cases, Ketu in the 11th house is also about service, hidden service. You do lot of service but very hidden way. No one will even get to know that, okay, this person has done something great for them. That kind of beautiful placement of Ketu is happening here. Only thing that you will see, that in income, in gain, in large goals and hopes, you will say that I am not interested anymore. I want to be more focused on learning rather than achieving. This is what the idea. If you are going through Ketu Mahadasha or Antardasha, you will feel this kind of a thing in your heart. But otherwise, it's an amazing time from 18th of May till 18th of October. After that, Jupiter will make a transit. We'll make another video collectively what's happening with the change of aspects. But the emphasis is on the fifth and the third house for you. That means house related to creativity and speculative gains, and house related to your communication, which are the utmost important areas for you to focus on. The more communication, the more effort you put in writing, communication, social media, the more speculatively you will gain. This is what collectively about your chart. All the best. There's a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and those who are watching the video for the first time, to subscribe. Scorpio. Now, when we look at Scorpio, Roichi, Saturn has entered into Pisces, Jupiter into Gemini, Rahu, Aquarius, Ketu, Leo. So all the four big transits, which are very rare in a year, all already happened here. This is very good. Jupiter is now Atichari. Atichari means very fast. All the aspects of Jupiter are supposed to receive very, very fast results. Here, now what is happening, and why are we making this video, Roichi? 18th May till 18th October, Jupiter and Saturn will have a collective aspect on the second house of income. Now, very important aspect, very important house. If you look at the second house, it is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter has gone to the eighth house. That means where will the money come from? The money will come from speculation. Look at Saturn putting the 10th aspect on the second house. That means the karma that is supposed to manifest is manifest through speculative gains. Okay. Second, Jupiter on the other hand, sitting in the eighth house. Eighth house is the house of shared resources, and putting the aspect on the second house. That means where the money will come from? Shared resources. It will come from shared resources. So this time you will see that the fifth house Lord is in the 8th house, aspecting the second house, with the planet sitting in the 5th house, aspecting the second house. That means there is a triangle between the second house, 5th house, and 9th house. Oh, sorry, and 8th house. That means lot of gains related to speculation, lottery, share market, stock market, sudden money. I don't know how this sudden money will come, and if it comes, I am very hopeful for Scorpio ascendant people. You have to give me also, okay? But sudden money is going to be coming for you guys, and the main emphasis in your life is about money, taking the right actions for your speech. You have to make sure that whatever you speak during this time has to be very precise, and you have to make sure that it is absolutely, motivating. You cannot be speaking rubbish during this time. Jupiter looking at the second house, your bank balance is going to like explode, enhance. That's how beautiful. If you're going through Jupiter Mahadasha, then I'm really saying that this is one of the best periods that I can say, and amazing. When the second and the 5th house lord is in the 8th house, you can't expect miserable condition. You can expect greatness. That is what is happening. If you're going through Jupiter Mahadasha, then imagine that amazing things are happening. On the other hand, if you're going through Saturn Mahadasha, there may be a little bit of challenges in relationship, because putting the third aspect on the 7th house, on the 11th house, relationship, even with your social circle, even with your partners, you may feel a little bit tired here. But patience is the key. The more patient you are, the more amazing you will be. Now, first emphasis on the second house of money. And where is the second emphasis? Is Rahu. Rahu has come to the 4th house. Rahu is extremely ambitious. In many cases, whenever Rahu comes to any house, the main the main rule of Rahu in that house is to put an eclipse on the areas related to that house. This is the 4th house of your home, of your feelings, of your dignity, of your property, of your vehicles. In such areas, Rahu could have created some challenges, but positively, it is receiving the ninth aspect of Jupiter. Rahu cannot do anything wrong. In fact, it is going to expand and enhance luxuriously. That means possibility of buying a new house, new property, new car, selling your old vehicles or property and getting into new, you know, what do you say, vehicles and properties possible. Rahu, relocation, getting into new country altogether, getting house into a foreign country is also possible here. So lot of great things are supposed to manifest from the area related to your home place. There is going to be possibility lot of travels is seen, because Jupiter is also putting an aspect, the fifth aspect, on the 12th house. Lot of travels is also seen, but mostly the most positive thing that I see is mostly related to house, because it is looking at the second house of fixed assets and 4th house of real estate. So that means you will make sure that you buy real estate or you invest into real estate or vehicles during this time. Now, amongst all this, there is one planet which is hiding and has no aspect and sitting very, very, independently in the 10th house, and that is Ketu. Wherever Ketu will sit, like Rahu will put eclipse in that house, Ketu will also put an eclipse on desires related to that house. You will be so much, motivated to take money, 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 or your family dynamics is going to improve, that you will forget about your designation, career, rank. You will say that, okay, where am I, what is the professional satisfaction that I need, what is the business job, what is the power, what is the rank, what is the ability that I am supposed to achieve. That is where you will, lack motivation, because Ketu has come to the 10th house. While Ketu is called the lord of Scorpio also, like it is a co-ruler of Scorpio, sitting in the 10th house can enhance spiritual exploration in the area related to work. That means in workplace you become more humble, more gentle, but also lazy. On the other hand, you get detached from work, which is what you have to be absolutely careful about during this transit. Okay. Overall, very beautiful period. Two houses are in more emphasis, and that is the second house of wealth creation, wealth, saving money, Saturn aspecting the 10th. That means slowly, slowly you will be able to save the money also. And the aspect on the 4th house where Rahu is sitting. These are the two areas your second and fourth house. That means more emphasis on building fixed assets, making property, and getting inner peace and happiness. Foreign travel, foreign settlement, and improving family dynamics is what you will see over the next few months. All the best, guys. There's a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. Those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. Sagittarius. Now, when we talk about Sagittarius, all the four big planets, especially in your Kendra, there are two transits, Saturn and Jupiter. There is collective aspect on your ascendant for Saturn and for Jupiter. Saturn putting the 10th aspect, Jupiter putting the 7th aspect on the sign of Sagittarius. That means for Saturn, this is a neutral sign. For Jupiter, it is the Kendra Lord looking at the Kendra. What happens in such cases? The more emphasis, the more focus comes on your attitude, on yourself, on your body, on your mind. This is that time not to sit idle. It is a time that you extremely go out of your comfort zone and start showing courage, start taking action. Two big planets like Saturn and Jupiter aspecting the ascendant means that a lot of discipline and wisdom will be now coming to your life, and it will be coming from every aspect of your life, maybe from your children, maybe from your love life, maybe from your career, maybe from your own self, own actions. You will see more discipline and more wisdom that you are. And already Sagittarius ascendant people are wisdom oriented people. They have lot of control over their wisdom. Here, when you will see that Jupiter is aspecting your 11th house. Your wishes and hopes are going to come true. Jupiter is aspecting your ascendant. In such cases, you will see that there is a lot of expansion in your positive thoughts and aspecting the third house where Rahu is sitting. So Rahu in the third house brings extreme courage out, extreme courage that you can take big to big actions without even hesitating. That kind of courage is what it shows. But in one sense, it is receiving aspect of Jupiter. In such cases, the courage, the actions that you take will be wisdom oriented. It is receiving the ninth aspect. That means every action, every communication, everything that you do will be after wisdomful thought. It will not be impulsive. That is one beautiful thing that will happen. Third house is also the house that is related to short distance travel. You may see that during this time, lot of short distance travel, suddenly short distance travel, sudden travels will also bring a lot of good luck for all the Sagittarius ascendant people. So if you see two houses, that is number one is ascendant, where Jupiter and Saturn are putting an aspect together. Second is the third house, where Jupiter is putting an aspect on Rahu. These are the two areas, the area of your courage, the area of your mindset, are the two areas where you have to work the most, and you will see that you receive real compliments. Charismatic personality begins to happen, and also real courage, conversion of real courage, taking an action and converting into wealth is going to happen for all the Sagittarius ascendant people. One thing, if you see, ninth house has perfect placement of Ketu. Ketu thrives in the ninth house, and this chart, Sagittarius, it considers it's at a very, very positive sign, and in the ninth house, it really thrives. This is the time that devotion, your luck, your knowledge, everything will have an aspect of spirituality. You will see that you are connected to religion, you're connected to your faith, you're connected to. Sometimes Ketu can create fanatic approach here for a lot of Sagittarius ascendant people, but in a positive sense, it's going to be an amazing turn of events for higher learning. You will not learn from book. You will learn real life lessons during this time when Ketu is in the ninth house. Ketu is not expected by any benefit here. This just adds to one point that Ketu can be sometimes very aggressive or over fanatic here to take some decisions, which is where we have to be mostly careful. Otherwise, one of the most beautiful placements of Ketu and Rahu. Rahu in the third house thrives on your courage, and Ketu here thrives on your devotion. The more spiritually you are aligned with the universe, the more universe gives back to you. That's how beautiful this placement is. So all the best. Have a great time. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. Those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. All the best. Do at your own pace astrology for beginners. This is 16 pre-recorded astrology classes with 40 plus hours of lectures and 1 hour of free appointment after you have completed this. You will see that once you learn, it will be amazing thing for you. So all the best. Now, Capricorn ascendant people, when we look at life after 18th of May till 18th of October 2025, you will see that this is how the placements of planets are, and which houses are going to get emphasized is where you have to be absolutely careful. Now, Saturn has reached into Pisces, into the third house, that is an Upchaya house, which is very great. Saturn like planets really thrive here very well. Jupiter has come to the sixth house, making a Viprit Rajyog. Now, this is where things start becoming very interesting. Jupiter and Saturn both will put an aspect on the 12th house. 12th house is the house that is related to expenditure, losses, foreign settlement, foreign travel, long distance travel, isolation, something that has to do with your sleep pattern, fear, enemies also. These are the 12th house traits. In many cases, Saturn looking at the 12th house is very benefic because it's a aggressive or malefic planet, and looking at a malefic house means that it will try to give you good results for this house. Whereas Jupiter also looking and making a Viprit Rajyog once gives very great results. So Capricorn ascendant people, right now this is that time for you to move away from your comfort zone, either to a foreign country, either to an isolated place, either start some spiritual practices. This is a very high time for you to get into such kind of things. Maybe getting into meditation, getting into hatha yoga, getting into foreign country, going to a very isolated place where no one knows you, completely in solitude, in you know, spiritual weather, we can say. That's what you are requiring right now. In many cases you will see that lot, because third house is active, sixth house is active, 12th house is active, ninth house is active, there is possibility of foreign travel depending on your Mahadasha Antardasha. If you're going through Jupiter Mahadasha Antardasha, then there is going to be possible foreign settlement or foreign travel that you will see. Sometimes, in many cases, if your Jupiter and Saturn is not placed very well in your natal chart, you can also face major losses or expenditure, loss of prestige also in foreign countries. So it does not depend only on this transit, it also depends on the current planetary placements in your chart as well. So very importantly careful about it. Now, when we look at the 12th house, it is also the house related to intuition, spiritual intuition. This time, your spiritual intuition will go up because of the aspect of Saturn on the ninth house. You may also start learning new languages, or maybe get idea, or get what do you say, get inspiration to do higher education, to do higher learning, because both the houses of your learning are aspected by Saturn. Saturn is aspecting on your fifth house, Saturn is aspecting on your ninth house. So that means more learning is coming, more disciplined routine of learning is what is required here. After the 12th house with the collective aspect of Saturn and Jupiter, the second house is where you will thrive the most, and that is related to wealth. Rahu is an extremely material planet, but Rahu in the second house, if alone, without any benefic aspect, can create or can get money through unethical means also. Because it is receiving the positive and the ninth aspect of Jupiter, the money that will be earned by Capricorn ascendant people will be money that comes out of wisdom and hard work, not through cheating. This is one beautiful thing that is happening for all the Capricorn ascendant people. From 18th of May till 18th of October, you will see that your bank balance goes up. There is possibility of, see, now this all depends on Mahadasha. If your Saturn and Jupiter Mahadasha is going, then you are doing expenses. If Rahu and Jupiter Mahadasha is going, or Rahu Antardasha is coming in any other Mahadasha, then your savings are happening, your income is happening. So everything will manifest according to the Mahadasha system. These transits are transits that are keeping on happening every minute, but depending on your Mahadasha Lord, you are going to manifest results positively or negatively on your birth chart. Here, because this is looking at the second house, you will see that income increases, fixed asset increases, your speaking increases, you start, talking such well. Those who are in teaching profession, marketing profession, sales profession, they will see that their income is going tenfolds up. That's how positive this is supposed to be. Very an extremely great combination of drishtis. Very great. First of all, Saturn and Jupiter, that means wisdom and discipline. And second, Guru Chandal, that means Jupiter aspecting with the ninth aspect, the most powerful aspect of Jupiter on the second house, brings lot of education also related to money, saving the money, debt reduction. That how, what is the plan I need to do to reduction of my debt. That is what is happening here. Such a positive time. Only one thing we have to be careful about among all this, Ketu is sitting in the most powerful place for you guys. It is sitting in the eighth house. Do you know eighth house is the house where Ketu thrives the most? Because the reason of Ketu in your life is to completely turn your life upside down. Here it will completely change the way you look at occult sciences, the change the way you look at I can say uh, research, change the way you look at fear also. Your fear are going to get vanished during this time. You are supposed to, if there is any kind of bad habits, if any kind of habits that are related to drugs or adulteration or anything that has to do with alcohol abuse, you will see that completely you're transforming. You completely getting into sattvic food, sattvic eating, sattvic habits. That's how beautiful this transformation happens here. In many cases, Ketu in the eighth house can ignite a fire of spirituality or maybe very subconscious topics, something that is related to do with philosophy, something that is related to do with major occult things like learning very heavy astrological things or numerological, analytical, researching on your life. What is the reason? What is the purpose of life? These kind of things is what it can enhance and manifest for you during this time. Ketu is the most powerful guys for you in the next 18 months. So make sure that you are absolutely motivated towards changing your spiritual vision that is required completely. All the best, guys. Amazing time for Capricorn ascendant people. Like beautiful placement for foreign. Yeah, there can be a lot of expenditure happening, but something good only, nothing bad. All the best. Have a great time. Do subscribe. Now, when we look at Aquarius ascendant here, now, life after 18th of May till 18th of October 2025, before Jupiter makes another transit, let's see what is happening. Number one thing, if you look here, Saturn as well as Jupiter are making a very collective, combined aspect on the 11th house here. Now, the 11th house is the house related to your wishes, your hope, your gains, and lot of wealth. Wealth is seen. When a planet like Saturn sits in the second house of wealth and Jupiter in the fifth house of speculative gain, and as collectively aspect and make a triangle from second, fifth, and 11th. This is the time that you are absolutely supposed to be gaining on wealth sector. Luigi, why you became so dark suddenly? Yes, Rohitji,
More dark outside, and I think light is not working here. I can switch on the light.
you can switch on. See, Rohitji, light is back. So now here, when we look at this current time, the main aspect of Jupiter as well, Saturn is on the 11th house of wishes and hope. And this is where the most emphasis, the most things that you should put on your goal settings, on your wisdom, on your higher learning, on social media, on social circle, on income, on gains. Because your creativity level will be at the peak. In fact, your bank balance or the ability of making money slowly will be very positive. You will turn out to be in a disciplined earner. You will become a disciplined earner in this area. This 11th house aspect, both the planets looking from the, so remember, wherever planets sit from that house also they manifest. So here it is sitting in the second and the fifth house looking at the 11th house, they will manifest here, saying that okay, what kind of what you say, what kind of things are required here. what kind of uh, what kind of goal I should set, so that in discipline and with proper wisdom I can achieve it. That is what you are seeing here. Another thing that you will see here is the aspect of Jupiter on Rahu. Rahu has come to the first house. Very, very destructive place of Rahu to be, by the way. If Rahu is in the first house, it can manipulate every aspect of your life. But because Rahu is getting an aspect of Jupiter, you are so lucky that manipulation will be there, but not in unethical manner. It will be there. Manipulation will be there, but for more of, you know, more in sattvic way, more in a very ethical way. You will see that you are turning very ethical. You will be ambitious, but you will say that let me use the right method to get success, not the wrong method here. One more thing that you will see, among of all this, there is one planet which is chilling without any other hesitation, and that is Ketu in the seventh house. Ketu in the seventh house is very known for doing separation between relationships or partnership. And when there is no spiritual aspect to a partnership, to a relationship, to a business, Ketu really turns malefic here. And Ketu can say that, okay, I'm going to destroy everything, I'm going to move everything apart. If you're going through Ketu Mahadasha Antardasha, you have to be absolutely careful. If you're going through Saturn Mahadasha Jupiter Antardasha or Jupiter Mahadasha Saturn Antardasha, you have to be extremely hopeful, because there is possibility of you gaining a lot of wealth during this time. The whole triangle of second, fifth, and 11th house is happening, and there is going to be gains. Jupiter from here also puts an aspect on the ninth house of higher education. So if you see second house, fifth house, ninth house, 11th house, everything is active for you, and there is possibility of your luck also working for you, your destiny, your wealth, everything is going to come in great. I don't want to jinx it, like I saying great, great all the time, but it is super for you. Creativity wise, you will be at a different mindset only altogether, like complete different mindset. This is the time that your mindset will be more of creating assets. You say that, okay, now whatever money comes, I need to create an asset. For this, buying of gold and silver will also be very fruitful for you. Saturn looking at the eighth house, if there is anything that has to do with longevity, also that you are facing trouble in longevity, you are not able to, health wise, you're not able to do very great. Here you will see that your longevity increases, and your habits also increase, habits also change. Like your habits turn out to be now more, what you say, more disciplined as well as more pious. You will move away from bad habits. That kind of beautiful thing is happening. So overall, except Ketu, and depending on your birth chart and if you're going through Ketu Mahadasha or no, you have to decide. Otherwise, except Ketu, everything is looking very awesome. Ketu in this scene, unless and until you have a purpose in relationship, especially spiritual purpose, or you're spiritually connected, then it will thrive. Otherwise, it will create lot of detachment in these areas. Sorry for this, but this is how planets work. All the best. There's a WhatsApp link in the description also for personal appointments. So see you that side. Moving on to Pisces, Rohitji. Now, when we look at Pisces here, one thing, all the four planets have transited: Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, Jupiter. The big transits of 2020, 2025 was supposed to happen, and this happened. Now Saturn has entered into the ascendant. That means the whole control of your mind is now in the hands of Saturn. If by chance you're going through Saturn Mahadasha Antardasha, then this becomes 110% control over the Saturn. But if you're going through Jupiter Mahadasha, Rahu Ketu Mahadasha, then there is a different angle to it as well. Now, if you look during this time, the more emphasis, the more enhancement, the more focus is on your career, because of collective aspect of Saturn as well as Jupiter. Saturn looks at the 10th house in a very neutral manner. Make sure that you are very motivated and disciplined and work area. Same way, Jupiter aspects here with the 7th house, there will be a lot of expansion. You will see that people from your workplace, your colleagues, are hand holding you to move forward with you. There is possibility those who are looking for new jobs, new career shifts, there is going to be a lot of possibility. Saturn, don't take it in a very smaller way. Saturn is also looking at the 7th house, which is 10th from the 10th. That means getting more higher and valuable designations is what we can see. So if you have been stuck in a position for a very long time, this is the time that you may move out of that position. Now, because Saturn is looking at the seventh house and no one else is aspecting here with Saturn, Saturn means it says that lot of disciplinary action can be happening in the area related to relationships. Either you will change the pattern of your thinking, change the pattern of your behavior in relation, in partnerships, business partnership also. You will see more of change of pattern related to your approach to relationships or business partnerships is going to happen. Saturn is an unorthodox planet. Sometimes it can take very cunning steps also. So try to be as much as pious as you can. One thing with Pisces ascendant people, which is second very important thing, is the collective aspect of aspect of Jupiter on the 12th house where Rahu has come. 12th house is the house of your subconscious mind, foreign travel, expenses, losses, sometimes getting into very, very mental illnesses is also seen from the 12th house. Here, Rahu could have done wrong things to you, when it comes to isolation, when it comes to, what do you say, making Rahu in the 12th house. Generally, the Lal Kitab, if you read, it says Rahu in the 12th house, it says imprisonment. That kind of is what nature of Rahu happens when it comes to the 12th house. Imprisonment does not mean going to a jail only. It means imprisonment in every aspect of your life. Imprisonment in your house only. You're house bound. You don't want to go out. You are very imprisoned in your thought process. You cannot think very wisely. But here it is receiving the ninth aspect of Jupiter. One crazy thing that is going to happen is many people will go to foreign countries. Many people can go to foreign countries for higher education. Many people can have foreign settlement. Those who are waiting for their green card, this, that, whatnot, H1B visas, work permits, Canadian PRs, you will see that increase in such, increase in your luck in those areas. You will see that positivity is happening here, because Jupiter is looking at the 10th, 8th, and 12th houses. Let's see, the two Dushtanas here. It is going to create a lot of positivity when it comes to your fears, your longevity, your diseases, your sometimes bad habits also. It will make sure that you are getting into more of transformation, more of getting into the best habits possible. Jupiter looking at the 12th house, and that is the house of Saturn, and Saturn looking at the house of Jupiter. There is also, it is called, I learned it, Rohiji. It is called Drishti Parivartana. That is also there in astrology. Drishti Parivartana is happening. If you see, Jupiter is looking in the house, Drishti in the house of Saturn is looking in the house of Jupiter, Jupiter is looking in the house of Saturn. This means that both become very, very absolutely benefic here. So Jupiter looking at the 10th house is benefic for your career, and Saturn looking at the 10th house is benefic for your career. Jupiter looking at the 12th house is benefic for career, even in foreign countries. So if you are already in a foreign country, your career in those places will also enhance. There's going to be a lot of positivity that you will see. Rahu is a very impulsive spender. Here in the 12th house, it can make you spend impulsively, sometimes even get into losses by getting into, with other people saying that you can invest here. I invested, I got a lot of money. Get three people, let's invest together. That kind of stupid things also can happen, which can make you, make you an impulsive spender. And on that cases, you can have losses also. So do not go for big investments during this time. The main area to focus is to build your career, build your reputation, um, build your business, or maybe start something new. That is what is happening. Can be in a foreign country, can be also only related to your career wherever you are right now. You can create wherever you are, but more emphasis will be on the career and on foreign travel or foreign settlement. This is what is seen for Pisces ascendant people. Among all this, there is one planet who is sitting without any aspect or receiving any aspect, and that is Ketu. Now, Ketu in the sixth house can be very, very aggressive, by the way. So don't take it on face value. What happens is here, this is the house of diseases, house of enemy, house of debt, disputes, and but very majorly for Ketu, this is the house of service. If you are committed to any kind of social service, any kind of philanthropic work, any kind of work related to service in any scenario, humanitarian cause, then Ketu becomes very nice here. Otherwise, you will see the politics in your workplace has increased. There is a lot of detachment. You don't feel like going to your workplace. You will feel that all the people around you are becoming your enemies. You are getting hated by everyone. You're getting very isolated in your workplace. This is what can happen when Ketu is here. So, depending on the placement of Ketu in your birth chart, or the Mahadasha or Antardasha that is going, if you are going through Ketu Mahadasha, then this is an intense period for you. If not, then you are still safe. So that's what I see. But Ketu in the sixth house, unless and until you have a very spiritual and a very surrendered approach towards your service or any work or any health matters, you will not do good. So very careful in these areas. Otherwise, all the best, guys. Have a great time. There's a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments, and do at your own pace astrology for beginners. We have 16 astrology classes with 40 plus hours of lectures and 1 hour of free appointment after this. So, all the best. Thank you, Rohitji. Thank you.
Thank you, Akashji. This was much needed video because so many people asking in comment or in I read mail also that how these planets collectively will affect us, and you beautifully explained this thing, and you rightly said that Ketu is alone, and that is why everybody is watching. Uh, Jupiter is watching somewhere, Saturn is also watching, but Ketu is silently sitting as by nature, and now the free from the aspect of Jupiter. So
True.
no, he can do anything. So I think yes, we need to take care of this Ketu thing very much in the chart, and
100.
with all true guidance from the old world level astrologers there who are guiding things. But yes, we need guidance on Ketu. So I will request you, if you can, work on this thing only Ketu and research on this, that
Yes.
among all these planets, what Ketu is going to do and how we can save ourselves from Ketu is very important.
Sure, Rohitji.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Akashji. Thank
Thank
you. And thanks to all the family members of ACS too. Thank you very much. We'll meet you in next video. Till then, Jai Shri Ram.
you. Jai
Jai
Hanuman. Jai
Jai
Mata. Jai Manchu.
Jai Jai Guru.